Hey, Triple members, today we're going to walk you through setting up your next layer 2 account, which is through AtoB. In today's video, we're going to go over who AtoB is as a company and why they're important at this stage of the business credit building process. We'll go through how to set up an account with them. They do have 2 different options, which we'll explore in just a moment. And then we'll go through some approval requirements, as well as just some extra tips and tricks and things to remember to keep in mind as you are using this account in the future. So we are actually going to go ahead and walk through an account setup from start to finish. There are 2 different options for this account, which we will go over the different requirements for each of them and some things to keep in mind when you are selecting which one you want to apply for. So we are going to go ahead and go over to your member portal so we can begin that process. One thing I do want to mention right off the bat about AtoB and why they're in this layer is that they also report to Experian. So like we touched on before, the main objective of layer 2 is to focus on building out your Experian profile and get more tradeline activity on that business credit bureau, as that is what's going to allow us to move forward into the revolving store cards and gas cards. So it's important to have that strength on your Experian profile. Both accounts from AtoB do report to Experian. So good to keep in mind. It doesn't matter necessarily which one you do, whichever suits your business the best would be the one to choose, but they both do report, and that is why they are in this layer. So we're going to go ahead and navigate over to your member portal to the AtoB page so that we can begin setting up an account with them. They have 2 options. Like I mentioned, they have a net 7 account. They also have a prepaid option. So we're going to walk through an account setup, and then you will see at some point in the application process where that deviates, and I'll walk you through the different requirements for the 2 different accounts. So you'll hit on this go to application link here. It's going to take you to this page. So it says, let's get your application started. And it just asks for a couple pieces of information. However, we will be asked for more information later on. So you'll go ahead and input your name, your business phone number, and then you'll input your email address, number of vehicles. This is relevant, especially for the net 7 account. We recommend putting 5 here, but it just depends on your needs for your business. And then you'll want to estimate your weekly fuel and maintenance spend. Again, it's estimated, so it doesn't have to be an exact figure, but just put something that makes sense for the number of vehicles that you are requesting this account for. And then this little drop down here, just your type of fleet of vehicles that you are requesting this. And then you'll hit start application. You can see they have a little estimation about the amount of time it'll take you to complete this. So pretty quick application. You'll submit that. We do already have an existing application going over here. So once you hit on that submit application button, it's going to take you to this screen. So it's going to start to have you fill in a little bit more detailed company information. So as always, make sure this matches the Secretary of State and credit bureaus. So we'll input the legal business name, full company name, and then your incorporation type, depending on your structure. And then you'll input the specific industry that you're in. So wide variety here. You can even put other if yours is not listed. And then you'll input your company's EIN number. Obviously, we're going to get as far as we can with this application process, being that this is a dummy account. So we'll just keep progressing with this information that we have here. So we're going to hit next. And then this next field is a little bit important. This asks for your average monthly revenue. Now, the difference between the 2 accounts, as we'll see in a later screen, is that the AtoB has an account called the AtoB Flex, and they also have the AtoB Unlimited. The difference is that one of them is a net 7 account, whereas the other one is a prepaid account. The net 7 account does require connecting your business bank account, which you'll see in just a moment, or sending 3 months of bank statements. Therefore, this information is, in a sense, verified. So you want to make sure that the figure you put in this field is as accurate as possible as to what is going through your business bank account and the average income coming in to your business on a monthly basis. Now, if you do the AtoB Unlimited account, they don't require connecting your bank account or bank statements, as it is a prepaid account, which we'll see in just a moment. So just keep that in mind with the figure that you're putting here. It is verified, especially if you're going after the net 7 account. So we'll hit next, and then here we go. This is the difference, where the difference comes in. It says, connect your bank account. We assess your revenue history to match you with the best fuel card options for your business. So they connect your business bank account through Plaid, and you'll see this little link here that says with Plaid. Once you hit connect, it's going to open up an application. We obviously can't do it with this account set up right now, but it'll open up a little window that's going to actually just have you log into your bank account through like a third-party application. So most major banks will be listed there. Some of the big ones like Chase and B of A and Citi and you know, those guys. So you should be able to log in that way. Now, if you do not see your bank listed there, they have a little link right here that says can't find your bank, click here to upload 3 months of bank statements. And it'll be just like a drag and drop. So you would just save your bank statements and then you can upload them that way. Now, they did have another link. If you notice, they say, don't want to connect your account, apply for AtoB Unlimited card instead. Now, we're going to go ahead and take the application that direction just for the purpose of showing you what the rest of the application will look like. The rest of the application, if we were able to go ahead and connect the business bank account, would look the same way as this is going to look, as you'll see in just a moment, the next fields that request just additional company information. So we're going to go ahead and click that since we cannot actually connect a business bank account at this moment. But keep in mind, if you do want that Net 7 account, that you'll want to go ahead and do that. And then also AtoB often does ID verification as well for their accounts. So you may get an email or a notice within your account asking you to upload a copy of the business owner's ID. That's normal. So just make sure you do that if you do get that email or notification. So we'll say, don't want to connect your account. We're going to go ahead and go to the AtoB Unlimited card instead. And we just get a little bit of information about the AtoB Unlimited card. I actually do have another screen pulled up here, which we can touch on in a moment, that just goes through the difference between the two. So we'll go back here and hit confirm. And then this is how the rest of the application will progress. It is similar to previous ones we have done. It is asking for pretty much the same information. And also, if you had moved forward with the Net 7 account and connected your bank account, it will look the same as this going forward as well. So you'll go ahead and input your business information and hit next. And then business name on the card. And the number of cards you need, that'll vary depending on your needs. And we'll hit next. And then where you want the card shipped. So you'll most likely leave the address that you originally inputted there. And then you have a couple different options as far as if you just want the card left there or signed for. And we'll hit next. Now this is just going to have you input a little bit more information about the owner of the business. So you can go ahead and input this. This is not to personally guarantee the account. Now, obviously we can't submit this right now because we're not going to input an actual social security number, but you'll notice that this form does ask for the date of birth as well as the social. And that is just as they even state clearly here, and as we've mentioned previously, some applications just require this for identity verification and certain regulatory practices. It's a legal requirement on some applications, and they do specifically outline that this is not personally guaranteeing the account. So it's okay to go ahead and fill this out. This is not going to result in an inquiry on your personal credit or any personal liability for this account. So you can just hit next on this. And then at this point, this is where the ID verification will come in. You'll get either an email or a notice within your account asking you to verify the ID. So that is pretty much the end of the information that they ask you to fill out for this. Now, it just depends whether you get the Net 7 account or if you get the prepaid account. So we're going to go over to a screen where we just have a little bit more information on the differences between the two. Obviously, one of them has that Net 7 turnaround time. So you have a 7-day window to pay the invoice on it. The other one is a prepaid account. So you load money onto the card up front, and then that is what you're able to purchase with. And also, we didn't mention previously, but this is a fuel and maintenance card. So really good for, just using on fuel, and almost everybody can do that unless you drive an electric car or something like that, but also covers maintenance as well. So this is an easy account to use, and it's really easy to get the purchase requirement in there as well. We always have that $50 minimum that we advise making with each of these accounts, so that's relatively easy to do. So the only difference between these is one's a Net 7, one is a prepaid, and then there is a small account maintenance fee for the prepaid card. It's just a $25 fee to set up the account, and then there is a small monthly fee for each one. That is the same on each. So that is pretty much an account setup from start to finish. All the tools that you need to submit this application and just some extra guidance is in the action tools section of your account login. So make sure to refer back there. And then from there, you would just decide whether you want to provide those business bank statements and connect your bank account, or if you'd rather just set up the prepaid card, you can do that as well. Either way, they both report. So they're both great accounts to have, and they'll both give you that Experian trade line that you need. So now we're just going to wrap up this video going through some of the things that we touched on and just some important things to remember. They do require you to input a fleet size. It's always good to put something around 5, but obviously every business is a little bit different, so the number can fluctuate. And then the monthly fuel and maintenance spend, that's going to be an estimation of what you anticipate spending on this account. Sometimes they ask for monthly, sometimes they ask for weekly, so just put in something that makes sense for the number of cars that you're utilizing this account for. And then they will, at some point in the application process or within your account login, may request the business owner to do ID verification by just uploading an ID. So keep that in mind and make sure you do it. Occasionally, they can actually give you a notice that they'll deactivate your account if you wait too long to do that. So make sure to do that if you get that notice. And then you'll also be required to connect your business bank account or upload 3 months of bank statements for that Net 7 option. So if that is an account that you want and you do want to go ahead and do that, make sure that you do. And if you don't, then you can just go ahead and use the prepaid card. Usually they do give you an instant approval and let you know what your credit limit is. It can take a couple days for them. So if you wait any more than about 3 to 5 business days, you can go ahead and reach out to their customer service and ask them for a status update on your application. But other than that, depending on which account that you set up, you're ready to utilize this account on any fuel and maintenance purchases that you have. And then, like I said, this one reports on Experian. So make sure to be on the lookout within your NAV account for that trade line to appear on your Experian report, and happy reporting.